I wanted to show you all about this particular stitch counter. It's the Prym knitting calculator and counting frame. Now the first part, the counting frame, is pretty straightforward. It's got a little square here, or a corner of a square, where you can measure across 10 centimeters, which would be equivalent to 4 inches. Across to this point, you just put it on top of your knitted fabric. Just grab some knitted fabric here so you get an idea of how it works. You pop it on top of your knitted fabric, lined up with your stitches, and then you can just count how many stitches you have within that square. So it makes it very straightforward because you're not trying to hold a tape and figure out where the start and end are. Same for the rows in the other direction. You can see how many rows you have up along here. So that is the first thing that this does. The second thing is it can calculate how many stitches you want to create a different size works. Now you do need to keep in mind that this is written in centimeters. And that means if you're using inches for the centimeters that you're looking at here, you're going to divide by 2.54. So 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So to get the equivalent inches, you take the numbers here and divide it by 2.54, and then these will be in inches. What you're going to want to do is, after you measure your number of stitches and your number of rows, you can then come in and pop it into here. So if, for instance, you have in your 10 centimeters or 4 inches across here, you had 20 stitches. Then what you're going to go to is you go as far as 20 here. You'll turn this down to 20, turn it over here. If it was bigger, you can come over on this side because it continues from one side over onto the other. You come to 20. The numbers along this side is the width of what you want to work. So if I want something that is 10 centimeters wide, it matches up with 20 stitches here. If I wanted it 15, you'll take the 10 and 5, so you'll add 20 and 10, so it would be 30. So you can add stuff together, and you can continue on up like that, just using the side here to calculate the centimeters, and inside here is going to give you the number of stitches to give you that size centimeter. If that's for the stitches, and you can do the very same thing for rows. So if you had, let's flip over this time and say it was 30 rows. So you'd go across here, and then you'd say, I want the length of it to be 100 centimeters deep. That would mean I have to knit 300 rows to get 100 centimeters. So you can use it for either, and it's going to give you rows and stitches to give you the lengths that you need for your work.